Time at Stadium MK. It's finished MK Dons 3, Newport County 0. A dreadful performance. A lot of people on social media, especially in Newport County group chats and on Newport County pages, saying certain stuff like it's an embarrassment and stuff like this, and embarrassing from the club. And look, the performance alone, off that standalone performance, yeah, it was an awful performance. But where we are and where we've got to this season, you can't really sort of discredit it. I'm going to obviously go through the game, talk about it and give my opinion on it. But yeah, I just don't think it's as bad as many people are making out. We're not going to get relegated. We're going to be staying in the league. Playoffs was never the aim going into the season, but let's just go into the game and sort of talk about it. So the starting lineup was Townsend with a back three of Baker, Bennett, Clark. McLaughlin, Morris, Wildig, Waite and Lewis was sort of the midfield five, and obviously Will Evans and Seb Palmer-Holden, who's recently got a new contract at Bristol City. That happened in midweek. Congratulations to Seb, of course, for that. Definitely well earned. Going into the lineup, though, I was pretty confident. We've beaten some really big teams with this similar lineup. We held Man United for large parts of it. Wrexham beat Swindon, Gillingham. I wasn't worried about based off the starting 11. And even James Waite. A lot of people don't really like James Waite, but I think he offers a lot in games where the ball's going to be on the floor and there's going to be a lot of possession based, which is what MK Dons like to do. So like I said, first 10 minutes, you just knew exactly what was going to happen. MK Dons holding the ball, making use of it. And 12 minutes in, it was the first goal of the game. Dan Kemp was the man who scored it. Lovely interchange from Payne into Wern, and obviously I think it's Wern or Wern. I don't care, but he played the ball into Dan Kemp, who put it into the bottom corner. A very tidy finish from Dan Kemp. We know exactly what he can produce it from his time at Swindon and obviously MK Dons. And obviously when he was on in the West Ham Academy. So definitely a player that we had to watch out for. And Dan Kemp was the man that obviously put MK Dons 1-0 up. 10 minutes later was 2-0. Now this one, if this wasn't against Newport, I would appreciate how much of a good goal this was. It was a really, it was a training ground goal, basically. A free kick. It was Payne who, Payne passed it into Kemp, passed it back to Payne, and then it was Jack Payne who actually got the goal from sort of the little interchange. But like I said, it was a very well worked goal from the free kick, very set piece ish goal from MK Dons, and made it 2-0. And then they didn't have to wait long to make it 3-0. 7 minutes later, it was Stephen Wern who basically didn't let go of the ball. There was a ball that went deep. He didn't give up on it. He chased it down, passed it into Alex Gilby, and look, it had to be Alex Gilby, to make it 3-0. But a devastating first half, conceding 3 goals against MK Dons away from home. If that was at home, obviously there's a chance you can get back into it. A couple of goals maybe, changes the whole thing. But 3-0 away from home, it's just about, don't make this even worse. And, at half-time, we saw that with the 2 substitutes, James Waite and Matt Baker both coming off for Luke Jeffcott and Carl Jameson. And then just before the hour mark, Seb Palmer-Holden and Scott Bennett came off for Matty Bondswell and Zanzala. But in terms of what I wrote as sort of notes during the second half, I did say that when MK Dons started to drop off and when MK Dons started to sort of relieve pressure, that's when we started to, pass the ball and sort of use the ball well. But I don't want us to be that sort of team where, if teams drop off, then we start to play. I want to be a team that starts on the front foot. I just think we're, a long way away from that at the moment. And I think this group of players that we've got are some very good, talented players. Shane McLaughlin, of course, went off injured. That is a big, big blow. It looks like it's his season done. So he'll be out for the rest of the season. Just will our captain, Ryan Delaney. But, there's some positives, there's been some top positives, from this season. Obviously, today was a negative, but, in terms of the overall aspect of the season, you can't really say it's been a bad year so far. No one was expecting us to be chasing a playoff place, the end of February. A lot of people put us down to get relegated or, to be in a dogfight. But like I said, let me know your thoughts on the result. MK Dons 3, Newport County 0. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and it's a tough one to take, but it's not really the end of the world, and I don't think many Newport County fans would actually agree that it is the end of the world. Big game on Saturday against Mansfield. Got to get back to winning ways at home. Look, even if the playoffs is out of the picture now, just finish strongly, finish as high as we can and on as many points as we can. Like I said, thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the county.